Okay, so it's not exactly morning because I had a lie-in with it being Mother's Day. And today, more than any, is a day when, with Father's Day, Mother's Day and Father's Day, we have a read that can be from the living, or from the spirit. So the connection between mother and child, if you have a child in spirit, they may be sending you a message. So if they do, they will confirm how they passed, birthdays, anniversaries, important dates, etc. And the same for if you've got a mother in spirit. Because I think with us having new people, I expect you all to understand our work, and some of you really don't. So I use the cards as a shield between me and spirit, because I've seen a lot of medium friends where spirit takes over, and it's a form of madness, really. So you've got to be very careful to protect yourself. So yeah, the reading will have more than one facet to it. Each card has more than one meaning. There's 78 cards in a deck, and each one has at least 3 meanings without the imagery and spirit's help. So Elaine's very good, if you look in the comments, at equating the dates, the times, etc., the astrology to degrees on your chart, so your chart or the current chart. So use it to your best advantage. It's all about code breaking. Spirit, use a code, and we've got to figure out how to decipher it. So that being said, we will start with the 30th, which is the Empress, which is the mother card. So well done for that today. 30th of March 2025. And they've given us it again. The 3, there we are. Scorpio, which is a mother energy, really, because it's about the reproductive organs and shared resources and transformations. And Saturn, the truth. So some truths may come out and may not be pretty, because some of you don't all have a good relationship with your mother. There may be some of you that think that you're not entitled to call yourself a mother. That's not true. If you have ever carried a child or adopted a child, anything, you are a mother. Mothering comes in many different forms. So remember that. Let's see. So happy Mother's Day, everybody, for all of you. Even the aunts that are mothers to their nieces and nephews. Those that can't have children, that long to have children. Still nurture other people. That's mothering. So the connection could be someone that you don't see as your child or your mother, but they definitely see you as it. Here we go. I don't know what you can see because it's a very sunny day. I've shut the blinds, but it's still streaming in. So we shall see. All the mothers in spirit, bless you. All the children in spirit, bless you too. The song is Marie Osmond, Paper Roses. So the name Rose, and a child may have made you a card with their own fair hand with paper roses on it, for all I know. Let's see. Scorpio there on the cut. I'm getting strong energy of a child that was never born, or possibly didn't live long. So that's important. Because like I say, some people are robbed of being called a mother, even though they have felt that. Or decided against it in some cases. Yeah, there it is. So, Spirit, don't judge. I know people would like me to say otherwise, but once you've passed, there is no judgment. They love you unconditionally, no matter what has taken place. So, we've got that number 1 and the 28 again. So the miracles, the clear mind, the positivity, the hands, arms, shoulders, the siblings, the children, so children especially mentioned. And we have the roses, and we have the passion flower, and we have the honeysuckle. The gardener even, so if it's a mother in spirit, she may have been a gardener. The numbers 1 and 28, wherever you see them, door numbers, birthdays, even on the table that you sat at for lunch. We've got a very small P there, and he has a snake around his waist. Infinity, the alchemist, the chemist, or someone or something new entering your life that works with blades, discs, cups or wood. Someone that wears many hats, is many different things to many people, or collects hats. Someone is broken, refusing to be open to this new situation. They've been hurt and they put up their barriers. They're being disinterested, refusing to accept something. Scorpio energy, there it is. It wanted to come out of number 13. A transformation. Something ends so something new can begin. So when there's a death, there's a birth. Maybe around this person's passing, someone was born. Perhaps you are ending a career and starting a new one. Perhaps you're ending a relationship and starting a new one. There is endings and new beginnings. And children are important. School days. People from the past. There may not have been a good relationship with the mother. We have Scorpio and Aries there, so it could be volatile. There may have been a lack of growth, unable to grow. So maybe a child didn't grow within the womb, which it can also mean terminations. And like I said, Spirit is non-judgmental. I know people would like them to be, but they're not. They love unconditionally. So terminations of contract, vows, pregnancies even. Agriculture. The rose again there, it's usually the poppy, but there is a rose there. The military, May the 31st, November the 11th, but above all the 3 and the 30. So, there's unfinished business here. A Sagittarius may have been involved. There is lessons to learn from this. What not to do again. Spirit are giving you the unconditional love and telling you to leave the misery of the past behind. Don't dwell on it. Don't worry about it. If you need forgiveness, you've got it. you're not growing, and they want you to grow as a person, as a soul. They want you to transform your energy and become something better. But there is a codependent situation here where somebody possibly can't stand on their own 2 feet. They're not able to look after themselves, never mind anyone else. So there may have been good reason in their mind for what needed to take place. 9 years of codependency, a lack of freedom. It's time to walk away, to accept that maybe there is another way. So let's see then. You may not have had a good relationship with your mother. That's just karmic lessons to be learned. Or your mother may be saying that she holds the child. Yes, this was toxic, or is toxic, this situation. Don't sell your soul to the devil for shiny baubles. You are being manipulated like a puppet. For some of you, maybe you had a bad relationship with your mother and was forced to terminate a pregnancy that you didn't want to. Things we don't like to talk about, but spirit do. You need to free yourself from this toxicity because it will poison you from the inside. Capricorn, ambition, number 15. Because when you do, then you will be independent. You need to stand on your own 2 feet. They keep saying it. This is toxic, and they've given us all the cards we need for this read. This is a toxic situation. You need to free yourself and stand on your own 2 feet. 9 years is mentioned. Now, sometimes spirit do this when they're going into a separate read, a separate part of the read. But any or all of this could be your story. So we carry on. Yeah. Somebody is feeling unworthy. That's not true. And somebody is feeling ungrateful, which is not a good idea, because spirit will take more from you if you do. You mustn't give up on this unfinished business, but you must realise what no longer serves you. Toxic situations. Life is not a race. Comparison is not your friend. This is our apple tree. We don't chop the tree down when we have one bad crop. We pare the branches away that do not serve us, the ones that don't bear fruit, and we feed the roots. What matters is what you do now, not what you did in the past. Stop dwelling in the past and walk away from the misery. Do the right thing now. Yeah. Someone never got to apologise, either a mother or a child. Maybe there was some crosswords. Somebody was a terroriser, or there may be a terrorist issue here. And I keep getting back to Saffy Rose and Manchester and the Bees, so maybe you lost someone there, I don't know. It's also agriculture, it is Virgo, it's Chiron, the wounded healer. Until you heal yourself, nothing will ever be right or correct. So let's hope today is the day. So look for where Chiron is in your chart. Where is your unforgiveness? The apology that wasn't given. Too many, sorry. Children, again, fond memories of the past, happy childhood, siblings. Spirit are giving you the gift of a new beginning. This is the conception here. They keep talking about it. The seed, possibly a new seed planted of a child that will be born. It is a proposal, an opportunity not to be missed, a doorway to step through. The beginning of your achievement, a new business, a new home, a new life. 1 year. But somebody tried to block or is trying to block your happiness, keeping you in the dark about things. The number 19 is the Leo energy. So we've got Capricorn and Leo in the worst way possible. So wherever you have that in your chart, it's a negative. The number 19 is also now a negative. So 15 and 19. Delays in travel also. And an unhappy home life, because a home is not a home without a fire in the hearth, food on the table, and a welcome at the door. There may be some house repairs need doing, or there may have been issues over a house when they passed. Legal matters, because somebody is doing something behind your back that you are unaware of, blissfully unaware, because you're either feeling ungrateful or unworthy. So, 7 weeks. Someone is needing to be exposed for who they truly are. A termination of a marriage, a celebration called off because you can't travel, whatever it is. The foundations were never strong enough. Yeah, nightmare will be over. 9 weeks. No more sleepless nights. The cage door is open. You just have to choose to walk through it. Somebody's already out in their head. They've already escaped. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. You must choose a different path. You've tried that and it didn't work. Don't keep doing it. You're wasting your time. You're at a crossroads. Take that seed and plant it somewhere it will grow. There we have it. Faith. Have faith in yourself. Simon, Peter, keys. Keys to the spiritual life, not a material life. Teachers, schools, marriages, friendship. Taurus energy, 5 and 23. Blessed 3 times. So you may have had 3 children since then, or you may have been a 3rd child. But for some reason, somebody feels isolated, alone, lonely in a room full of people. They cannot fill that empty void within the pit of the stomach. They feel a lack. Something is missing today. A child, a mother, whatever it is. 5 years, possibly. But there it is again. Things you're not aware of. A picture that is skewed. You're not seeing the full, clear image. Somebody is doing something behind your back. I'm repeating these cards, like I said, there's 78 in a deck. There's no need for them to do that. So we have to turn that apathy around. We have to fight for the opportunity for a new beginning. You can't sit on your backside watching Netflix, hoping everything will blow over, because it won't. You are being watched by a child. If you are the mother in living and you've lost a child, this would have been a very sporty child. Someone who possibly with dark hair. Any of what I'm about to say. Someone with a smart mouth. Or someone that was a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius child. They observe. If you are a living child, monkey see, monkey do. They are watching. And you have to be very careful that you give a positive mental image for the child to copy. Because this is not a happy home. The home and family life, they're saying it again, it may be the loss of a home, you may be staying in a home because you have to, not because you want to. It's a codependent situation. There is no happiness in this home because of someone is either purposely removing themselves from those they love, pushing a wedge, or deliberately making someone else feel that way. And you can't make this up. There is the mother energy again. Today's card coming out in its own read. This is arguments with a woman. This is mothers, mother-in-laws, mothers of your children. This is not growing. This is stagnation. And after stagnation comes death. Nothing can grow in barren lands. The number 3 and 30. So, I think the message is clear there, don't you? You are being provoked. Number 47, 11. If you add the numbers together, numerology. Somebody deliberately putting blockages in your way, like I said. Don't rise to the bait. Perhaps it's your mother needling you. Perhaps it's you being oversensitive. It's the 9 of Wands. It's a homecoming, but it's not a happy home. It is also somebody maybe not returning home, so you're not getting a visit from your child on Mother's Day, and that hurts. So, remember, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. The name Helen. Someone is blind here, either literally or unable to see things as they really are. The Grand Cross is an area of tension in your chart, thus becoming a great catalyst for movement and change. A rare astrological configuration, the Grand Cross, there's the cross, the blessing from Spirit, also called the Grand Square, occurs when 4 planets form a perfect cross in the sky. These planets are around 90 degrees from each other, meaning there are 4 planetary squares 90 degrees apart and 2 planetary oppositions 180 degrees apart. Squares in an astrological chart cause tension, restrictions and opposition. There's your opposition. As well as soft aspects. They come with the pressure to grow, which you're not doing, and the will to exceed the limitations put on your path. But the Grand Cross is most rare and intense of all. In mythology, this alignment represents the 4 directions, the cosmic cross. It's symbolic of the 4 seasons, 1 year. So, Ace of Pentacles. The equinoxes, the solstices, as well as the cross-quarter days, indicating a period of time when your life may seem at cross purposes, a crossroads. Usually when the Grand Cross occurs, it indicates a crisis, yet through that calamity will be the painful process of growth and renewal, and eventually a greater foundation for happiness and success. Strangely, it's almost as if the planetary energies are in competition with each other. What did I say? Comparison, competition is not your friend. This may be rather exasperating time where you feel provoked and frustrated over booby traps that seem to have been set in your way. It's as if everything is working against you at cross purposes. We're in Mercury retrograde. We need to revisit and reassess. You feel pulled in many directions. Such false leads and failed plans may leave you unable to produce a concrete achievement. An area to look at when the Grand Cross comes up is how you communicate. Do you communicate clearly? Because your words and thoughts are spells. So keep it positive. You are manifesting your own reality. Are you abandoning a worthy project? There you go. Abandonment. The minute it loses its shine, in an effort to capture a larger, glossier prize, the shiny bauble. But more simply, in your effort to accomplish more, are you juggling balls in the air? Do you notice as you juggle, if you're stuck in the same spot and nothing has been achieved. When this card presents itself in a reading, it suggests there are multiple talents you are able to access, as well as numerous paths you can take. Focus and organisation are your key, the key that Simon holds. Until the matter phases out, expect resistance. Opposition is the main energy field of a grand cross, but once you're back on track, the momentum towards the attainment of what you desire will be impossible to stop. It mainly has to do with the shifting of your energy, the switching into gear. In regards to relationships or love, they will have a fated quality. You will not want to let go of this person no matter how hard it gets. There will be sacrifices and compromises with this relationship, and it will be one where you may feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall that has been come out of nowhere, but they are putting in your path. You are being challenged, and if you do not weather it out and see what the future brings, you will likely always regret letting this relationship go. If the question is about business or career, know that it will happen, but it's not going to be easy. You have to be willing to walk the miles. Diligence is what is required. What is positive about Grand Cross? You are becoming more realistic and more focused. Yeah, being clear. You won't be attracted by glitz and glitter, but looking more towards stability and long-lasting success. A good thing to remember that it's best not to fight the hard lessons. In fact, this is a period where you need to take stock of all that has brought you here. So, the Seven of Pentacles. Reassess, reevaluate. It is a time to draw upon your own strength, and in doing so you will move from uncertainty to a place of peace and contentment. The Camel Boy, 33, can't make it up, all the threes today. The ebbs and flow of life, small steps, slow and steady wins the race. You may feel as if you're in a desert. Nothing can grow in barren lands. When the Camel Boy comes to you, he reminds you that asking for help will bring the right people to ease the burden of your life. Perhaps a wise person appears to give you advice. Maybe you're moving and suddenly a couple of friends offer to give you a hand with your packing. Or you want information about someone and you just happen to run into their former partner who gives you the knowledge that you need to make the decision that's been weighing on you. No matter the issue, it is a sign that if you ask, you will receive, and what you need. Synchronicity is engaged when you request assistance, so watch for the signs, the numbers, the repeated numbers, the animals, birds, insects, the white feathers, etc. Look them up as animal totems on Google, or your dreams, but look at the spiritual meaning, not the Freudian meaning of the dream. The Camel Boy never lets you down when you ask for help in lightening your load. Now is the time to do so, and expect to get it. Answers. You will not believe this. Answers. Answers is the cow, so Taurus, but it is the masculine. So this could be that Dad doesn't want to be forgotten. It's the fourth rune. So number 4. It's also the crow, which is Scorpio. The carrion. I know a 4th. So you bless 3 times, you may have 3 children, but there may be a 4th. I know a 4th. It will free me quickly if foes should bind me fast. There you go. You will be freed by the 4th. The fetters will fall from my feet and the bonds will burst from my hands. The letter A or O could be important, especially if you can spell your name two ways, one with an O, one with an A. The fourth rune, Answers, is connected to the faculty of speech and indeed with the mouth itself. So Taurus is the neck, the throat, the mouth, the tongue. Where's he gone? Where's Peter gone? There he is. Simon. Oh no, that's the... There he is. So both the Hierophant and the Magician, words, thoughts, spells. The organs of speech, the river mouth, and Odin, Wednesday. The one-eyed king of the gods, so someone may have had a problem with their eyesight. The ruler of Valhalla. For this reason, Answers is a good rune. Odin was considered to be the creator of the runes themselves. Answers shares his attribute, since Odin's compassion were two ravens, Hugin and Munin, or thought and memory. These carrion birds are associated with Answers, as well as the two fierce wolves that we always have inside us that were his pets. They fight constantly within you, the negative and the positive. The one that you feed is the one that wins. Odin hung for 9 nights from the windy ash tree. So the name ash, or you may know an ash tree. Yggdrasil, the family tree, the root system. And we've got 9 days and 9 nights in there, banging your head against a brick wall. Secrets to be revealed. The sacrifices to be made. Putting yourself for grueling physical ordeals to learn the wisdom in the same terrible manner as Odin did. So, a suicide perhaps, a prisoner, the Pisces energy of the number 12. Learning wisdom in the same terrible manner as he. Hallucinogenics, so drugs, substances, were also part of these trials. Hence, Answers is connected with the properties of the fly agaric toadstool. You may feel that you've lost your voice, or someone else did. This may be literally a case of laryngitis, perhaps, or in more symbolic senses, you will not be able to make yourself heard. So someone may have been deaf or passing or deaf to your words through the life. Problems with communications in general are highlighted. Letters and documents may go astray, and you could find yourself somewhat isolated for a while. So feeling lonely because you haven't got a card or a visit, but there may be a good reason. There could be hitches with travelling, or your thoughts could become confused. Problems with parents or with older people in general is likely. So there we go. Saturn is the truth. The third house is communication. So the truth must be told, don't lie. Hands, arms, shoulders, school days, the colour yellow, communication, siblings, short journey, learning, immediate environment, neighbours, and your manner of speech. This is the beginning of your self-expression, either clear communication or confusion. Some may not have found it easy to learn. Acquiring new skills and motivating factors. Mercury in the third house of a person's chart we haven't got. Chiron, someone who is deeply wounded by what people say, or who is for one reason or another prevented from speaking their unique personal truth. Saturn, which we have got, learning and communication will be difficult. So learning difficulties, perhaps. So Scorpio in Saturn. Saturn in Scorpio, I always say it the wrong way around. This placement has strongly controlled or repressed emotions, highly secretive and reserved. It is resentful and extremely slow to forgive. So that's the problem. We need to forgive ourselves and others to let the toxicity go. And finally, let's see what they have to say. So I thought it was funny that the paper roses because someone feels they were never loved. Keepers of the Earth, Mother Earth is today's card. So you have a mission when you come here. You are not alone. You were never alone. There are always someone there watching over you. So, 100. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. You are so supported. You do not stand alone. You have a magnificent team of helpers both in this world and of the earth, who are here to help you every step of the way. So call upon them for assistance. So ask for help when it's needed. I've said it twice. They are here to help. The keepers of the earth acknowledge the work that you've done already and are ready to work through you. They bow at your feet and thank you for wanting to stand for them, to devote your life to protecting the earth in your unique way. It is time to increase your capacity to receive because you're not open to receive and they want you to be. Support in this physical realm. This can come in the form of financial abundance, acts of service from strangers, or people flocking to help you and your work. The only thing that is stopping you right now is your capacity to receive support. You deserve to be rewarded for the work that you are doing. You do not need to go it alone. Call upon the keepers of the earth to help you and your mission. Open your heart and your mind to receive more than you could ever have thought possible. What kind of support do you need? Call it in now. Look at the card, put your hand on your heart and say, I am open to receive the whole new level of support for my life and my work, and I call it in now. And then ask if there's anything that you've been worried about, ask them for that. Be specific. And remember to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. So might it be. So happy Mother's Day again. Have a lovely day. I will put the song up when I've got 5 minutes. Thanks for listening. Bye.